Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Two Bros Hot Takes, where we watch a movie and then tell you whether or not you should watch a movie. I am your movie-watching host, Older Bro.
I'm the other movie-watching host, Younger Bro.
And today, we continue in our failure to come up with a good intro, because I still feel like that intro is not good. But it's the thing I've committed to, so we're doing it. And also, we watched Harry Potter. Well, it's
another
Fantastic Beasts.
So, when I went to this movie, I was expecting to be blown away by, what secrets does Dumbledore have?
No, well, I mean, there was a secret that was pretty, unexpected that this movie did reveal.
There were several secrets that just
there were several things in this movie that actually were very kind of mind-blowing about Dumbledore. So I feel like that title is accurate, but maybe not the way that everyone would expect.
Yeah. So, was I wowed? A few moments.
Yeah.
Not all the way through.
No, yeah, it wasn't as...
Okay, let's start off this way. I didn't hate it.
Good start. Yeah, would I recommend people go see it? Yeah, I thought it was good. Yeah, it was fine.
I can agree to that. It's like, if you like Harry Potter, then you will like this movie.
It's a good movie.
So, I just don't know what to think about it because I've never read this book that apparently this is based around.
Well, here's the thing. It's not.
It's based around something.
It is. This entire trilogy. Well, actually, a good question. Is this done?
I don't think so.
Because it's not. This movie did not necessarily end in a place that's clear whether or not there's going to be a sequel to this.
Yeah, it is not done. I doubt it.
Yeah, there probably we're going to see some fourth movie. Don't know.
Don't know what it's going to be, but it's probably going to happen.
But to be, we'll get into that later. To be clear, this entire bit of franchise is entirely based on one textbook for Harry Potter. As in one of the books that exists at Hogwarts is a book written by this guy. It has nothing to do with these movies at all, except for it's a book about the creatures you see in these movies. So, that's his whole job, is that he is basically a magical biologist, and his job is literally to study and write about these magical creatures, how they work.
We did see some new creatures and such.
Yeah.
But I just feel like this series hasn't been solely around the fantastic.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. These movies are really not related to the book. So they aren't based on anything.
I want to say it's based around this scenario around the book, but
yeah, it is based on the book in the sense that Newt is the writer of that book, and that's basically it.
Yeah, and I want to say the first movie kind of captured these creatures best.
Yes, the first movie was very good with how it handled the creatures. The rest of the movies have been much more about the people.
Yeah, and what happens.
Yeah, so if that's your big thing, if your big thing was I liked the first movie because it was all about the creatures, which is what I expected these movies to be about, and then you find out, no, it's actually a series about,
the events after the
prequels to Harry Potter, and I'm not really okay with that, then you are going to still be disappointed, because this is a sequel to the previous movie. It's
I was a little disappointed we didn't get to see more because there was barely any new creatures introduced.
Yeah. So, yeah, if you're here for the Fantastical Beasts specifically,
this wasn't that movie.
It's like there are several Fantastical Beasts in here, but it's it doesn't have the same magic as the first one.
Yes.
But if you're here for Harry Potter prequels, yeah, it's good. It's a good Harry Potter prequel.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as the Lord of the Rings. People hated the Hobbit movies because the Hobbit movies weren't really based on the Hobbit books. They vaguely were, but what people expected was a movie version of the Hobbit books. What they got was the prequels to Lord of the Rings. And those are not the same thing. There were a lot of stuff added to the Hobbit movies to make it be like, oh, we're directly connecting it in to the original trilogy, which is kind of weird to say outside of Star Wars, but that's what this is. Like, that was what they did. Is they basically said, we'll adapt The Hobbit, but we're also going to add in stuff to make it very clear that this does connect into the original movies. That's sort of this. It's vaguely about that book and the creatures in it, but they're also tying in it to the Harry Potter movies.
Yeah,
so.
now we're going into like Grindelwald and stuff like that.
Yeah, that is, that is the conceit of the last movie, and it is the conceit of this movie.
Now, I want to say this movie would have been better with Johnny Depp.
Yes, absolutely.
But
this movie does not have Johnny Depp.
The guy that they got, he did okay. Like,
yes.
he didn't do absolutely terrible.
Yeah,
like,
no.
I didn't hate him as Grindelwald.
No, I did not hate this man as Grindelwald. I hated Warner Brothers for not having Johnny Depp as Grindelwald.
That I did hate.
You fucking assholes.
Yes. And I'm sure a lot of you in the comment sections would agree with this.
Yes.
At least we hope so. So, yeah.
Yeah, this guy, I will say this guy, though, he was very clearly trying to be Johnny Depp, but a little bit more serious. And
he sort of made it work.
He made it work, but he very much is not Johnny Depp.
He's just not Johnny Depp, no.
So, yeah. His crime is being chosen to replace Johnny Depp as a controversial choice. And it's like...
They didn't even explain in the movie how his face changed.
Nope, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, not Disney. Warner Brothers don't give a shit.
Apparently not, even though...
So,
yeah,
fuck Warner Brothers. But in terms of the movies themselves, how good are they? So,
the first one was still the best one.
Yep.
I want to say I did sort of enjoy Dumbledore better.
Dumbledore.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bad sign right there.
Dumbledore better than the second movie.
Yeah,
second movie was
I can agree with that. I mean, I liked the random inclusion of what's his face? The alchemist that they talked about in Harry Potter. The guy who actually made the Sorcerer's Stone. Can't think of his name. Nicholas Flamel. There it was. Nicholas Flamel, the guy who created the Sorcerer's Stone, which is actually the Alchemist's Stone if you're in any other country but
Who's
the US.
Who's Nicholas Flamel again?
The guy in the last movie that they went and saw. The really, really old man.
Yeah, I don't remember him.
Yeah, I liked his inclusion, but that movie wasn't as good. I did like this movie a bit better.
Yes.
So, okay.
We're probably going to get into spoilers.
Yeah, we're probably going to get into spoilers about now, but yeah, guys, I would recommend going to watch this. The movie sounded good, looked good.
Definitely better than Morbius.
It was better than Morbius. It was, that should not be our standard of go watch movie. It was better than Morbius. But it rapidly feels like it is becoming that. So,
yes.
I'd recommend you go watch it. Yeah, not much more to say about it.
Okay, so let's talk about Dumbledore a bit. I wasn't expecting a lot of things in the movie.
Yeah, that's fair. I can understand that.
Like when the tie-in with Grindelwald. Grindelwald.
Because up until now Dumbledore has been like, oh yeah, Grindelwald's doing some shit, and I can't directly involve myself. And this movie is about why he can't directly involve himself.
And oh boy, it's a bombshell.
Because he directly involved himself. I mean, it makes sense why he doesn't have any kids.
Yeah, it
it's
does.
That
I wasn't expecting that. I didn't even
Yeah.
That was probably
like,
the biggest secret in the movie.
Well, see, the thing that confuses me is, I think even in this movie, didn't they talk about, like, Dumbledore was saying, like, that summer, or, like, this summer, I fell in love, and so did my brother. But that wasn't to Grindelwald. That was to, like, an actual girl. Just a random girl. So, if I'm understanding what the movie's saying correctly, he goes both ways, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. I just wanted that to make sure that's what the movie was saying. Because I don't think that they were saying during that summer when all that went down, that was with Grindelwald.
Okay. So, during that summer, this is what I remember from the movie.
Yeah.
I remember him pretty well.
Yeah.
He says, that summer, I fell in love with Grindelwald.
Well, that's what I was trying to figure out, was it with Grindelwald?
And then he started talking about his brother.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out.
His brother then falls in love with a girl.
Yeah, that I knew, but I was trying to figure out if it was with Grindelwald or not. So
no, that was...
No, not the brother, him. Dumbledore. I couldn't tell if that's what they were saying, or if that was somebody else.
I'm pretty sure that's what they were saying.
Okay, then never mind. Ignore what I said in the past few minutes. But yeah, so like, my brother didn't approve. I can't imagine why. For many reasons. Like, you don't need a metaphor for this. You could just say the brother didn't like you being gay. That's fine. But at the same time, it's like, but Grindelwald does legit want to overthrow the world and kill all non-muggles and or enslave them. So, like, this didn't need a metaphor, but holy shit do I agree with your brother? Like, no! Don't do that. Do not run away with the maniacal dictator. Please.
Yeah, seriously. I want to say that back then, I don't think Grindelwald was like that, but...
I don't know. That's the thing. It's that...
I think this was before he started going mad, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, the war with the actual people like that, I sort of expected because I've seen the trailer, but here's the thing: did the war with the real people ever,
with the Muggles,
happen?
From my understanding of the lore, there was a very, very, very long time ago. That's why the wizarding world hides itself
in modern day.
Yeah, effectively, the witch trials and stuff happened, like, in the Harry Potter universe. So it's like, witches used to live not alongside people, but not hiding from people. They used to just live out in the world and do magic. And there were wars, and they decided that in order to prevent unnecessary deaths, that they would seclude themselves away. Okay. That's why the British, like, the Prime Minister of Britain is constantly informed by the Prime Minister of the British magical world. Like, they literally meet. I don't remember if that actually happened in the Harry Potter movies.
I don't think it did.
Yeah, in the beginning of one of the Harry Potter books, it was like the 6th or 7th one.
Yeah, because I watched all those movies. I don't remember that.
In the beginning of the 6th or 7th one, they get a new Prime Minister in Britain, and they literally have the Muggle Prime Minister goes into their office. The doors are locked, and the British Minister of Magic appears there and has to explain to them, yes, you are the Muggle Prime Minister. I am the Prime Minister of the magical people. We are, like, we share the world. We have relations with each other, but nobody else knows about it, because otherwise there'd be wars and shit. So it's like, they literally meet back and forth, and each side knows about the other at, like, the top levels of, like, government, but otherwise they are kept separate.
Okay.
Once again, I state this because it has very serious ramifications and tie-ins to it, but separate but equal.
Yeah, so...
but yeah, so they do know about...
the world.
The magical world.
Yeah. So this is... Guys, I'll be honest with you. I've only ever read one Harry Potter book, and that was Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah. What a great place to start. Let's start with the second one.
So, I don't know too much about what I'm watching.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I've seen all of the Harry Potter
I was going to say,
movies.
you really don't need to, in all honesty.
But,
it's just magic fighting.
But
it's straightforward.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not that... Like, I'm a fan of Harry Potter. I'm just not that knowledgeable about it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if I need to watch some of the books to understand some of the things I'm seeing on screen.
Yes and no. There are references to things that you could pick up. There's, like, knowing spell names you might pick up from that and stuff like that. But, like, in general, these movies stand separate from the books in that you don't need to have read the books to understand how the things work in the universe.
Also, I wasn't really surprised about the ending, how those two ended up marrying the main non-magic user.
Oh, no. That didn't surprise me at all.
That did not surprise me.
I just expected
that.
I just expected that to not happen in this movie. I expected that to be like the final thing. Again, I guess this could be the last movie, but I have no clue.
Yeah. Also,
I have not heard if there's going to be another one.
Also, that one African-American actor that played as Dumbledore's spy or whatever.
Yeah.
I was actually expecting him to...
I totally...
To turn on them.
I totally expected him to be
a
triple.
And then he just flipped the switch.
No. I expected that to be part of the ploy. I thought that the way that he was doing it was that in order to prove his loyalty, he was going to literally betray all of Grindelwald's people, and then while there, betray them. So I thought that was totally part of the plot, and that he was still going to betray them while there.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck?
I have great respect for that man. I'm like, dude, you have some balls.
I mean, he literally was forced to lose all memory of his sister.
Yeah.
So it's like...
I feel for him. I'm like, dude, you are
Which, to be
so
fair,
cool.
That's probably not a bad thing since he's a Lestrange. Knowing who his family is, maybe he shouldn't.
Yeah, I've picked up... I'm like, I recognize that name. Why
Bellatrix Lestrange is the crazy woman in the Harry Potter movies, who, like, goes on, like, maniacal... The woman who goes on maniacal...
The crazy
rants.
woman.
Yeah, it's just the best to call her the crazy woman, because you know who she is.
So
she is Lestrange, after all.
So, he is her ancestor.
No, she's alive now. Like, I'm pretty sure that it's either the daughter of that woman who he was talking about, or is that woman.
Oh, damn.
Like, she's in...
she's a really old enemy.
Yes, because she's been in... whatever the fuck... Azkaban for, like, probably since Voldemort comes back, which hasn't happened yet. But, like, I don't think it's that far away.
Yeah, I want to say the next movie is going to be killing Grindelwald.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or we're getting very close because, guys, he didn't die.
Yeah, he's not dead. Grindelwald did not die in this movie.
In fact, the only people who died in this movie were the Scorpion prison.
Yes. Well, yes, technically. I don't know. I doubt that those guards that they attacked are dead.
None of the main characters die.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, an animal dies, and that was heartbreaking to watch.
Yeah, and then they undie it.
And then it dies again.
Yeah, and it dies again. This movie is weird.
Yeah, so...
The plot of this movie is very great in the sense that, like, nobody knows what's going on throughout the whole movie because... See, because the whole plot of this movie is that nobody knows what's going on because of this specific creature in this movie, it can see into your soul and also literally has the ability to basically see through time, effectively. Because, like, killing it, he is able to literally use its blood to see through time and see exactly who's going to do what. And so their plot literally becomes, okay, he knows exactly what's going to happen. So we're not going to know what's going to happen. We're just going to completely... Like, no one is going to know exactly what's going on, so that it's impossible for him to see anything, because if we don't know, he can't see what we know.
And I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah,
like how they did it was
fucking
fucking
mystery.
great.
But I totally thought that Dumbledore was saying, oh, you don't have it, because he did have it and wanted to just calm him the fuck down, I swore that he was actually gonna have it. And then, no, he just doesn't.
No, that was so great.
There is so much fucking misdirection in this movie. It's very good.
I'm pretty sure Note had it.
Yeah. How can you lose the head of the British Aura office? How can you lose them? Well, we never had him, so we don't. Yeah, so in our eyes, we didn't lose him. Like, what the fuck do you mean you didn't lose? It's not in your what? Yeah, it's so fucking weird.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Also, what they did with the Phoenix and how Dumbledore comes to possess it.
Yeah, like
I thought it was gonna go a different way. I thought it was just gonna appear randomly out of nowhere. It's like, oh yeah, he's one of my secrets I have. But
well, no, it's not even that. It's that his family is his family basically has a connection to the Phoenix. It's that his sister was an Obscurial, and the Phoenixes love to hang around the Obscurial. And then turns out his nephew is also an Obscurial. And it's just like Phoenixes just apparently love his family. It's like his family is
Obscurials must run in his family.
Basically. So it's like his entire family is just like
fucked.
Basically close. Yeah, exactly. They're all fucked. But they're all closely connected to the Phoenix. So it's like
yeah, also
oh, that's cool.
I didn't know Dumbledore had a brother and a sister.
Yes.
That was also pretty.
That is in the movie. Because
I think he talked about him.
Yeah. Because at the funeral or at the wedding, that one of the Weasleys.
Was that Hermione's wedding?
No, or maybe it wasn't one of the Weasleys. It was that wedding that was happening in the last movie that they go to, or the part 1, I think, of the last movie, where they go off.
Oh yes, that
up,
wedding.
And that one woman shows up and's talking to Harry, and she's like, "Oh yeah, he had a brother and a sister. Honestly, I didn't know you knew him at all." And then later on, when Harry goes to Hogwarts, the old man that's in that fucking bar is the same old man in this fucking bar. They're the same guy.
So it's like, is the brother.
Yeah, he even introduces himself as like Aberforth. So it's like it's the same guy.
Yeah, so I
thought we even saw. I think we even see that painting of that sister still at that bar in that movie.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Like I'll have to recheck, but like they do mention it a couple times in that movie. But like if you don't pay that close attention or like don't process it, it's like it's.
I want to say like finding out more about his brother and his sister was more interesting.
Yeah,
like, that was another thing that just wowed me. I'm like,
well,
wow.
I think that's part of the secret. The most of the secrets in this movie, other than that he's gay, like that's and that. Well, and also the interesting thing is, the title doesn't necessarily have to be about Albus Dumbledore. It could also just be about literally any of them, including
his
Credence.
Brother. Yeah, his brother had a son. Yeah, I wasn't expecting Credence to be a Dumbledore.
Well, I mean, I was expecting him to be like, oh, he lied to you. You're not related to me at all. It's like, no, he lied to you. You're my nephew, not my son or brother. It's like, what? No, but then he didn't lie to you.
I think he said this. He lied to you, but the only thing he didn't lie to you about is you are Dumbledore.
Yeah, it's like he lied to you, but not about the fact that you're related to me. You are related to me, but everything else he's told you is a lie. It's like... God damn it.
Yeah.
Because, they're like, we didn't know. We just legit did not know. Because that's the thing about it. This entire movie is just literally about this kid. And it's just like, no, they actually just did not know that he was related to them until now.
I'm pretty sure that's Ezra Miller, too, so I wonder what they're going to do in the next movie. They're probably just going to kill him off.
I think he is going to die in the next movie. I expect him to die in this movie.
Yeah, I'm surprised. No, he made it out alive.
Yeah.
This movie, but he's probably gonna be dead by the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, guys. Does this deserve a sequel? Yeah, because it's not done. Because eventually,
it's very clearly not done.
Because eventually,
I'm assuming they're gonna have to lead up to Grindelwald dying, and then, if not Voldemort showing up, and the final battle, like in the first battle with him. at the very least, like, showing him.
Yeah, because Dumbledore eventually gets the Elder Wand.
Yes. Which
he can only get
by defeating him.
By defeating Grindelwald.
Yeah.
So at some point, Dumbledore does kill Grindelwald.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be...
Apparently, this movie just barely beat Sonic 2 at weekend box office.
So this was better than...
Not necessarily better, just it barely...
Got more
sold
attention?
more than Sonic 2's opening weekend.
Yeah, that's...
So that says a lot more about Sonic 2 than it does about Fantastic Beasts. So, yeah, just to make sure, I did look this up. It is not confirmed. They have not yet confirmed a fourth movie and do not have a script for a fourth movie at this time. Because you have to remember, this movie was delayed. Like, this movie is like... It's been 4 years since the last one, and they expected to release this 2 years ago. So, like, because of pandemic reasons, this movie's been 4 years in the making.
Damn.
So...
No wonder they had all the Ezra Miller scenes, because they were already done.
Yeah, so it's... Yeah, it would not surprise me if... Yeah, exactly. It would not surprise me if this movie takes a little while, or if they don't... If it doesn't do well enough, they might just end it here. Because this did leave off at a point where it's like, this could be an end. You could leave it off here and be like, yeah, okay.
But they didn't kill Grindelwald.
Yeah, so it's
like, this is unfinished.
Yeah, it's like, but that's what I'm saying. They could leave it off here and say, and then Dumbledore killed him off camera or something in the interim between this movie. Like, they don't have to show it off, but everything feels like they're doing that. It would make sense to lead up to that.
Also, let's talk about another new character, the one African-American woman.
Yeah.
Apparently she's like, what is it? One of the best defense artists in the world or something like that?
No, she has some of the best defensive spells. I think she's literally one of the teachers at Hogwarts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, she is one of the best characters in Harry
I
Potter.
love that character.
I love her character.
I'm worried she's going to die because she's not in the normal Harry Potter movies. So it's like...
Isn't she the Defense Against the Arts character?
I don't know. I couldn't confirm if she was the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher or not. That's what I was trying to figure out, is who the hell what teacher she is.
I have a feeling she will die if she is defense.
Yeah, because they're cursed.
Yeah.
Maybe
she curses them.
I don't know. McGonagall is in this movie, guys. You see her momentarily.
Who?
The old woman in like the oldest teacher at Hogwarts in Harry Potter.
She was?
Yeah, she was the woman at the door who Dumbledore said, "You're gonna have to teach my classes for me." Like,
I don't remember.
Yeah, she literally comes to the door and whispers something to him, and he's like, I'm gonna need a sub for my morning classes. And then he's like, I hope I can impose on you. And she's like, oh, that's fine. And goes off.
Yeah,
like, she wasn't there very long, but she was in that movie.
It was a very quick scene.
Yeah. So.
I guess I didn't notice her. Like, yeah, we actually go to Hogwarts, guys.
Several times.
I wonder if
several times.
The one kid who was going after the Golden Cinch was Harry Potter's father.
It could be. This is early enough that it legit could be.
Because I know Harry Potter's father was...
Yeah, we have not seen James yet, but it is legit possible that this is around the time that he'd be there.
Yeah, I want to say that...
Well...
His father used to be on the... What is it called? Quidditch?
The Quidditch team.
Yeah, he used to be the lead on Quidditch team, so...
Yeah. The thing, though, is that we know that we know that the hell's the name of the Order of the Phoenix? Yeah, which of course it's named that. The Order, because the interesting thing about this movie was that I'd heard lead up of like people kept going on and on about like find out Dumbledore's secrets, see the beginnings of his army, and it's like that really doesn't happen that much in this movie. But I'm assuming what they're meaning is this is the beginning of the Order of the Phoenix. Which would make sense.
I want to say this is more the beginning of the Order of the Phoenix.
Yeah, this is his first army, and that it's the beginning of the Order of the Phoenix.
And I bet Hagrid and the old woman might be on that team if they show in the next
Well, that's
movie.
what I'm saying. We know James is. We know James and Lily Potter are. So if he's in school now, then that means that Voldemort is probably still like 5 to 10 years out.
So maybe the next movie could be about James.
Yeah. I'm going to guess what's going to happen is that if they continue this franchise, the next movie will be about facing Grindelwald and getting that wand, and we will see Voldemort showing up.
Yeah.
And then from there, we'll see if they continue it.
From there, like, what would they do? Like, would they just show them kill Voldemort again?
I guess. They just show that again.
And then it leads up to Harry Potter?
I guess. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know where the natural end of this franchise is. Because it's like, we don't know exactly what they're doing with it. It's just a Harry Potter prequel. So it's like, when does that end? Does it end with Grindelwald? Does it end with Voldemort?
I want to say if they continue Harry Potter, it's going to be about his kids.
Yeah.
But what would they do?
I don't know. Well, nobody knew what they were going to do after J.K. Rowling finished her series. And it turns out Warner Brothers is like, well, we'll vaguely associate with J.K. Rowling because she's insane. But what we'll also do is just focus on some other tangentially related things. They could do a founding of Hogwarts.
Harry Potter, I want to say, has a similar situation to, like, the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Because the Hunger Games is now in prequel books.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're about to have a prequel movie.
Yeah, so it's like, they can do the founding of Hogwarts, meeting the 4 people. Like, I don't know.
Was Dumbledore not a part of that?
No. Hogwarts is like 1,000 years old or something.
Oh, I
thought
thought
the school was way old.
I thought Hogwarts was founded by Dumbledore and like 3 other people.
No. It was founded by the Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, and Slytherin. That's like the 4 people who founded it. That's why the houses are named that.
Okay.
They're named after the actual people.
Oh, another Weasley. I know what to do with you. Gryffindor.
Yeah.
Also, we also got to hear which faction Note was a part of. 3 points to Hufflepuff.
Yeah. That wasn't surprising to me at all. I think that's been confirmed. I think
that was confirmed, yeah,
like a while ago. But yeah,
I just that line. I'm like, that is one of the best lines in the movie.
I mean, he's a teacher; he can't turn it off.
I love that line.
I was
so
actually
much.
expecting. So getting back to the movie a little bit, because they get the creature. Well, the first creature's kidnapped. They get a second one. I was wholly expecting. Well, there was 2 things I wasn't
expecting a second one.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting the second one. But once we got to the point where there was the second one, I was like, okay. What I was expecting was that it would choose Kowalski. Because they went on about, like...
I thought that was going to happen, too.
You're of pure heart, and nobody...
and then it chooses some random candidate that we don't really know of.
I think that woman is the current Minister of Magic. Or maybe the one previous to the current one in Harry Potter's time.
I don't remember who the one in Harry Potter was.
I know that there's the one guy, but I think he is the successor to some woman. But I don't know if it's this woman. But I can't remember. Because he's the guy who's like, he's back. Yeah. When he's the guy who denies that Voldemort's back the entire movie, and then suddenly is like, oh shit. Also, why the fuck are they... whatever. I don't understand why they had to do an election. It's the British... Their election system is very weird. I don't know who all... I'm guessing this is literally the British Empire right now, which is why we had, like, people from, like, Asia there.
Yeah, we had...
It's like, what the...
A vast amount of different cultures in that.
Yeah.
Election.
But, yeah. I did love when they get the creature. And when it chooses somebody, the first person it goes to is like, Dumbledore. Absolutely. Yeah. You should be leading the wizarding world. And he's just like, no, there's got to be somebody else here. It's like, it's not that he is not the right candidate. It's Dumbledore absolutely should be the head of the Wizarding World. He just doesn't want to be. It's like, I don't want that. Because that's the same, because it goes back to the Harry Potter movies. Even in the Harry Potter movies, the head of the Prime Minister, I can't think of his name again. The magical Prime Minister is worried that Dumbledore's going to run against him. And he keeps saying, no, I'm not running against you. It's like, he just doesn't want to be the Minister of Magic. Yeah. That's his name. He doesn't want to be the Minister of Magic.
It'd be too much.
Literally, the world itself is like, you are the best candidate. You would do the best job. And see, I thought that's where they were going with it. Because he literally starts off, the movie starts off with them setting this whole thing up by going to the current Minister of Magic and saying, do what is right, not what is easy. And it's like, perfect setup. You have Dumbledore be the Minister of Magic because of his own words. Do what is right, not what is easy. You lazy fuck, be the Minister of Magic. The literal magical world wants you to be that. But no. Dumbledore does what is easy, not what is right as well. And says, please choose someone else, and it chooses the woman.
The woman.
Yeah.
So,
we've talked a lot of stuff. Technically, we haven't gotten off topic, but we've not really talked about the movie itself.
It's just there wasn't a lot of like big secrets that stood out to me.
No, there's not a lot of big secrets that are big to talk about. We've kind of covered most of them.
We also did meet Note's assistant, apparently.
Well, no, she was in the last movie. He had that assistant in the last movie. Briefly.
Wow, must have been so brief that I forgot her. Oh, yes, now I remember.
Yeah, she is in this movie. She is in both these movies.
Okay, she has more involvement in this movie. Yeah,
she actually matters in this movie.
And I liked her. She wasn't a terrible, assistant.
Yep.
So, I'm interested in her character, too.
Yep.
But it pales in comparison against the other couple characters we meet.
Yep. I do love the bluff, though, that Dumbledore does in this movie, where he's like, oh, yeah, so here are these cases. No one's going to know exactly who's getting what case. I expected that it was actually a real blind bluff, in that they put all the cases down, left the room of requirements. The thing that they wanted was the room itself to mix up the cases so no one knew. Because that way, he couldn't predict anything. Because nobody but the room of requirements would know who got the right case.
But no, I think he actually had a plan.
They knew the whole time. Both Dumbledore knew, and so did
the assistant.
The assistant, because the assistant has it. Because literally, Dumbledore bluffs Newt by... Dumbledore's leaving, and Kowalski's going with him. And he's like, Kowalski, you choose the first case. Kowalski goes for the middle one, in front of Newt. And Dumbledore's just like, nope. He's like, get a different one. So Newt then immediately goes for that case. So it's like he bluffed Newt to get him to choose the wrong case. And the right case was just the one that was in front of the assistant. So it's just like, yep. Expect it.
That was a beautiful bluff.
It's a beautiful fucking bluff. But I was like, holy shit. I thought he was saying, like, no, choose the other one. Because I thought that he was, again, giving the case to Kowalski. Being like, choose the right one. Like, but it's like, no.
No. Dumbledore can freaking play you like a book.
I would argue this movie is very good at, not even the audience knows who has that damn case. So, it's like...
Another thing I want to talk about in the movie is the magic fights.
Yes.
The magic fight between Grindelwald and Dumbledore was one of the best in that movie.
See? Like, I liked both kinds of magic fights, because they did... Harry Potter has figured out one of the fundamental problems with action shows, in general, is a lot of action shows are based on Dragon Ball, in one way or another. in that the fundamental problem with Dragon Ball is that you spend 5 minutes powering up. And so the fight feels really fucking drawn out and slow.
Yeah, and this
magical and magical girl shows do the exact same thing. They have their fucking lead up transformation sequence that you always have to do, and it makes the fight feel drawn out. Harry Potter has figured out, and it took them a little while to get to it, but by the fifth movie is Order of the Phoenix. They figured out that the best way to do magic fights is for no one to say anything and just be, like, literally swinging your wand and having shit happen. Because it keeps the action really fast.
Because, like, you can cast spells without saying it.
No, you can. That's, even in Harry Potter, you can do that. It's it's a high-level technique. And so when you get to, like, being an Auror or, like, getting to the level of, like, these high-end wizards who've been doing this for 20 years. Yeah, you just think what you want to happen, and it does it.
Yeah, also, probably the other best fights was with Dumbledore and the nephew, and the new witches fights.
Yeah.
She had some tactics in her battles, and you can tell
a lot of those fights were great, because they played with the scenery very well. But yes, I will agree that the fight with Dumbledore and Grindelwald was also really good. But the weird thing about it is it wasn't really even a fight. It was literally like, it was basically a breakup. It was a magical fucking breakup.
Yeah.
Where it was just like, oh shit, we broke our bond. And neither of us died.
How about that?
Guess we're gonna now have to actually fight later.
Also, one of the most interesting spells I saw in that movie was when you could 2D somebody.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast you into the wall. Yeah, it's so fucking good.
That was so great.
Let me out!
Yeah, and he does. I thought he was gonna kill him.
I thought he was gonna kill him, but no, he
lets him now. Like, holy shit. So yes, I want to say this had some of the best fights I've seen very good fights in any of the Harry Potter movies.
Really good. So at this point, we're just looking for where is James? Where's Sirius Black?
And I bet we're leaning up to that, because here's what I'm predicting. We're either getting half the movies that we got for Harry Potter, or we're getting another.
8 for the Harry Potter, so 4 here.
Yeah, 4 here. Or we are getting the same amount. We're getting 8 Fantastical Beasts.
I'd bet we could only get 6 out of this if you tried. I don't know if you could get more.
Yeah.
But I want to bet 4 or 5.
Yeah, so I'm betting half. They're probably going to go 4th film and probably end it.
Yeah. So we got to the point in this movie where Kowalski is married. I'm still not certain what's going on with Newt.
Yeah, like
that woman is here. She's back, but she's very busy. And it's not clear if they're actually a couple or not in the end of this movie.
I think they want to be. Like, you can tell they want to be.
Yeah, but it's just like, but so far we've not gotten a clear answer.
So I want to say she's going to have a bigger role in the next film,
Maybe.
Too, if there's going to be another.
Yeah.
Like, I am hopeful for another. Like, guys, I really like Harry Potter movies, and
also, did I hear them correctly in that movie? That she's basically the American president of magic? Because they said she's the head of the Auror office. She's where his brother is.
Yes.
So she's the head of the office of, like, Aurors for America.
Yeah, so, like, and there's going to be a Harry Potter video game that I really want to play, too. Like, guys, I started out not liking Harry Potter, but once I got into the books and such, like... Yeah, so I'm really interested in seeing where this is going to go.
Yep.
Yeah,
so.
The reason I didn't like Harry Potter is because my grandparents didn't. They said it was evil, and so I just never touched it.
A lot of people don't like things. They're like, "Oh, magic! It's fundamentally satanic or something." It's just like I don't understand your concept of that. It's like, Well, I don't understand the concept of that because, A, Tolkien, the person who developed the modern definition of fantasy, was a Christian. C.S. Lewis, who created Narnia, put a lot of magic into his series.
He was
a Christian.
And that was all over the movies.
Yeah, Aslan is literally God.
Or he's supposed to be Jesus or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, Jesus is God, but we're not getting into the definition of the fucking Trinity in this review. But the point is, Aslan is literally Jesus. Again, there's magic in that world. How can you say that this world that contains magic created by Christians, it's satanic?
Maybe because they saw Lord of the Rings.
But that even was made by Christians!
Even Lord of the Rings was, too, so...
You fucking assholes! Do you not understand the lore of this fucking universe?
Guess they're not Christian enough, but...
Wow, fuck your grandparents. But yeah, it's like...
Yeah, they are afraid of a lot of things.
Yeah, exactly. They are irrationally afraid of things that they don't comprehend and don't want to comprehend.
They're old-fashioned.
Yes.
Minded.
And that's fair. It's fine to be old-fashioned, but
it's
also good to recognize that you are being old-fashioned and that maybe people shouldn't listen to your opinions on things because you are intentionally not understanding those things. So, I don't know.
Just like our father with this shit.
Yeah.
So
he is very old-fashioned. He is very much... Most people of his age were of the generation where they they're like, we're rebelling against our parents. Yeah, we're rebelling against our parents. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. No, he was the kind of person who was like, no, I'm gonna 100% do exactly the same thing as my parents. So he is a generation older than he actually is. So it's yeah, he is also very old-fashioned.
Yeah. So, that aside, is there really anything else to go over the movie?
I think we covered a lot of this movie by not really... This movie we didn't do a lot of spoilers that we normally do. This was a much lighter spoiler video.
Yeah, I have a feeling that Phoenix we saw is Dumbledore's Phoenix. It's just how do you get it to stick around?
Because his family's cursed.
Oh, the Phoenix has been with me because it knew I was dying, but I didn't know exactly when, so it just stuck.
Yeah. Because his family, because it's probably his sister's Phoenix that then became his nephew's Phoenix that then's going to become his Phoenix.
That'd be strange.
And then it'll probably become his brother's Phoenix.
Or something.
Because his brother outlives all of them.
Yes, he does. Because he's still alive by the end of Harry Potter, from what I understand.
Still not dead. So
yeah.
Yep, that's going to be it for this hot take, guys. We will come back next time with a new movie, which I'm not exactly certain what it'll be.
It's going to be Doctor Strange.
Probably. So, after that, guys, we have actually no idea what the next movie will be.
Jurassic World.
Stop naming movies! We don't know! Younger bro can shut up. We don't know what the next movie will be. Anyways, we'll see you on the next hot take.
Goodbye.